That, that's all I could do right now. Like y'all know I'm mad.
What's good, Playboy?
I, I don't want to hear that, man.
What's
Man,
going on,
I'm
man?
jealous, bro. I just been watching IG stories all day, looking at y'all, man.
Blessings, my brother. Life is beautiful, ain't it?
Blessings, that's hilarious.
More blessings.
Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been watching you guys' story, bro. I'm loving it, man. Bro, Ramond, that post, bro, on the fucking boat where your hat flew off.
Fam, fam, that shit
That shit
was
was,
so stupid, bro. I thought I
bro,
was
you just
clean
went
too.
back
I,
and just picked it up too.
fam, I'm gonna make the story even better for you, man. For everybody who's seen the story, the story, man. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like this girl just sitting in these seats, right? And then there's like a seat next to her, and I'm kind of just chilling in the back. You know what I'm saying? Sitting off the side, and she kind of signals me to come over. Like, you know what I'm saying? You come sit by me. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? So we just sitting there chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? She pulls her phone out, get me in it real quick. I'm like, yo, what up? And she like, I pull my phone out. She's like, go over there. I'll record it for you.
Oh
If you
man,
walk up. So this is a random girl sitting next to me. So
bro,
I walk over there trying to be cool, bro, and you see what
bro. Hey, I
Oh,
I admire the effort though. You tried to catch it, bro.
I tried.
Uh,
But once I
uh,
realized it was like past my reach, I had to just play it cool. Like, man,
that's
if the hat is
that's
gone, if the hat is gone, the hat is gone. You know.
that's hilarious. Luckily, it didn't go in the ocean. Luckily, right, it went to
Bro,
the dude right next
yeah.
by.
it went right to the dude sitting on the side, and he just handed it to
Bro,
me like, "Hey, man, it happens, man."
bro, that's
You know what?
that
You
shit
know what?
was
It
funny,
was
bro.
the funniest part that I didn't really realize until I thought about it after is the fact that she kept recording the whole shit. Like,
Right.
she
Yeah,
followed me.
that's
She followed me walking to go get the hat. Like,
bro. She was on a mission. She like, I gotta capture everything. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. There you go.
just walking back to get it. Like,
Bro, and you play it up cool too though. Like what's that?
y'all good? Everybody good? Everybody
Every,
smooth, man.
bro, it
All right, it's a beautiful
reminds
view,
me when I was
eh?
doing my. I know. It reminds me when I was doing my handstand. When I fell, I thought someone tripped me. Like I
That's
look right.
that's exactly
That's exactly what that
I look
is.
right. I was
with
like,
the little with the little box.
yeah, like who pushed me? But nah, man, that's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, who's fucking around in here,
Oh
man?
my.
Man, man, y'all glowing, bro. Y'all look there.
Man,
Yeah, y'all look Z. Like every post, Z just out here smiling, bro. He just looks so happy, man.
It's
Yeah,
because we are, man. We are.
I'm, 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 I'm jealous.
You
Yeah, and
feel
Marcus
me?
said, "Y'all know people at work, right?"
that's fine.
Y'all be all right.
Sure.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's 11:15 p.m., man. We gotta do what we gotta do, man.
Hmm.
Bro, how's Zanzibar so far? Like, how do you guys like it so far?
I'll let you take it first, Z.
Zanzibar is cool, man. It's definitely different to see the tropical side of Africa, right?
Mm,
Because I've never been to the tropics, specifically
right.
here on this continent. So it is cool. I ain't gonna lie, it's hot as shit though. I ain't gonna lie, it's
Really?
hot as fuck. It's hot here.
Yeah.
Um, so that was a bit of an adjustment. Like it was hot in Rwanda, but it's really
Hotter over
honestly the
there.
humidity. It's the
Right.
humidity too. Like the humidity just be whooping your ass because you right
Right.
here on the coast, right?
Right.
Not even the
So
Right.
coast. You in the island.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you
Like,
Right.
on an island. So uh, it's definitely hot, but I mean it's cool, man. It really is. We got in at like 9 a.m. and then we landed in Dar es Salaam. So we
Right.
took the ferry over to Zanzibar, and that was the dope experience. That's the one that Ramon was talking about, where he
Bro, we need to make a meme. We need to make memes from that, bro. That would be hilarious.
When he hit his golden pose, we were on the ferry, and honestly, that was honestly probably one of the most breathtaking experiences out here. Is
Right,
literally
right.
just looking out, and the ferry's
The
moving
ocean.
fast too,
Right,
bro. Like that shit is gliding through the water. So you're sitting here floating through, and it almost feels like you're, I guess, floating is the word,
right,
right? Because
right,
you just look around and there's ocean everywhere. Like there's these like unforgettable views, that are just honestly mesmerizing. So I think that was honestly one of my favorite parts of being in Zanzibar thus far. And then just riding through Zanzibar and whatnot. Traffic out here is terrible. I ain't gonna lie. Traffic
really?
out here is terrible, terrible, bro. Like
Right,
terrible. But but Zanzibar is cool, man. It's a vibe. It's definitely an adjustment.
right,
But I will say, and I said this earlier, I really have enjoyed Zanzibar this far, but I would say up to this moment, I think I enjoy Rwanda more
right,
personally. Yeah,
right,
but
right,
Zanzibar
okay,
is fire. Like it is, we're sitting.
right,
You can't really see it right now because it's dark, but
right,
we're
right,
literally like right, like we're sitting next to the pool, and then like
right,
behind us, like directly behind us is the ocean, right?
right,
So
right,
like
right, right.
we're literally
Yeah,
like we're in a villa like that's like right here on the ocean, and it's
that's
vibes, right?
dope.
So it's kind of hard to beat these views and whatnot, but we had a couple hiccups like checking into the spot, just as far as like the Airbnb and whatnot, but I mean overall the experience has been cool, man. Zanzibar has been a vibe this far. We ate some good food tonight at this restaurant that our driver suggested to us, man, and so it's cool, man. It's honestly what I think the dopest piece of Zanzibar thus far is to see this side of Africa, right?
Right,
Like is
right,
a lot of people don't see, the luxury and whatnot of it. And I will say, like, probably like the image that most people have of Africa, there was a lot of that leading up to,
oh yeah, right,
Zanzibar, like getting to the beaches and
right,
stuff like that. I was like,
right,
damn, like it's really like the slums out
right,
here, right?
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so there is that aspect of it, right? I think that's
right,
everywhere you go, right?
facts,
But it is cool to like have finally made it here to our destination and to see this, taking the luxury of what Africa has to offer, because
right,
that's the unspoken piece of it that enough people don't talk about. So overall, it's been dope.
that's dope, man.
What about you?
What
Yeah,
about
man. I
what
mean,
about you, Amon?
he kind of hit it all, brother. Like that's exactly how I feel, man. It's like it's just beautiful to see like the like a I mean, to be honest, it's the same feeling of being in Africa, like that same overall, like that overwhelming feeling of like, bro, I'm off the coast of Africa right now, going to this little
Right,
island, like letting
right,
that sink in for a minute, man. And, having that thought, like like my ancestors would be proud of me. Like kind
right,
of, like it's like a weird. Yeah, I feel that the whole time I was in Rwanda, but I still felt it going. Being off. I'm like, bro,
right,
like it's like one of those things. Is probably going to lead into the topic of the day, but it's like one of those things. Like what is life? Like what I'm saying.
right,
I'm off the coast. Like my, it's the
yeah,
he was talking about it a lot. Is like you want to do things in your life that at a certain point you start being like your life almost starts sounding like fake.
right.
You're having you have
Like a
you
movie.
like a movie,
Yeah, yeah,
like
all these stories, right,
you're having experiences that like it's not, you're not even trying to flex or trying to any of that. You just trying to, you like, if you start explaining what you're doing, it sounds almost like you would be
yeah,
lying. And
yeah,
that's when you
make
know that
believe, yeah,
you're living at at the levels that you want to be moving towards. You know what I mean? Those all those little steps adding up, and then you end up having a conversation like, I was sailing in this ferry off the coast of Tanzania. We was on the
right,
way to Zanzibar. It
right,
sounds like you trying to, what I mean? It sounds like whatever it
yeah,
sounds like, but it's just the
right,
truth, So I
right,
think overall that feeling of just like being proud and proud of ourselves, you know what I mean, and still feeling that overall feeling of being in Africa is has been dope, man. And like you said, just the views I mean, it's literally like luxury white beach sand, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, on the side of it. But it's so crazy because it's like he said, like there's those trenches
Well,
types of
yeah,
those
slums. You got to
trenches
go through to
types
get
of
there.
slums like right
Right.
up into it, up
Right.
to it. That's the thing that's different about Zanzibar that I think that
Right.
yeah, most people don't know. It's like it's right up until and then it like blends right
Right.
into the luxury beaches. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's interesting to see both, man. But even the place that we're staying at, it's dope that like some of the groundskeepers are probably right outside of that area that's helping things.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's
Right.
interesting, bro. It's like it's very interesting to see the duality, I would say,
Yeah.
of what's out
Right.
here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
Now, one thing I also want to say though, I'm proud of you guys, man, because I remember like this entire remote escape was just like a thought, right? You guys were like thinking about it, and to actually see you guys like living the life, right? Like, damn, it just shows you that whenever you have those ideas and then you put in the work, bro, you work towards those things. Those ideas become something tangible.
Hmm.
You can actually feel them. You can do them, and so it's kind of like dope, bro. So like, shout out to you guys, bro. Because remember, it was just a dream, bro. It was just a thought, right? We're like, we're going to Rwanda, like next year, right? All those things, and then you guys like worked on everything, and now that dream it turned to reality, bro. That's dope, man. Because not that many people are able to do those things, bro.
Yeah.
Put together, and not just for y'all, bro, for like a vibe for everyone who was part of the trip,
Yeah.
right? Collective, making sure that people who are going there, they're having a great experience, right?
Yeah.
Because going to Africa is cool and everything, but having a group that you go with, everything is like planned. That way you have to struggle. What am I doing next, right? You feel safe.
Hmm.
And those are the things, that's what remote escape, when I think about it, that's what it's all about, right? That inclusivity, right? You feel inclusive. Everything all together, that's safety, man. I think that's
Yeah.
dope, bro, that you guys are doing that and just giving people that once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm from Africa and I'm jealous seeing y'all going to places that I've never been. Right? It's dope, man. Like, no, bro, I'm being real, man. Like, y'all my bros, but those things are dope, man. To see you guys actually doing those things, bro. Like how these fuck these motherfuckers are in Africa? Like when I'm like the one from there, and they're doing things like, that's like, bro, that's dope, man. It shows you about the network, the connection. Like you don't
Yeah.
gotta be from somewhere to learn about that place too, right?
Yeah.
Because y'all not from there, right? It just shows you that whenever
Yeah.
you want to do things, bro, you can learn whatever it is that you want to do. You can put yourself in this environment that you're not comfortable with,
Yeah.
bro, if you're willing to do the work. That's kind of like
Exactly.
when I see the posts, when I see the stories and all that, that's what I'm thinking about, like, so
Mhm.
shout out to y'all,
Yeah.
bro. It been
First and foremost, we
dope, man.
appreciate that, bro.
More than
Right,
you know,
We
bro.
appreciate that. That means a lot, man. It's been truly a journey. Like it really has, from inception to where we are now, right? We're literally out in Zanzibar reflecting on everything that transpired in Rwanda.
right,
We just touched on this morning, and Rwanda was a hell of an experience, like, and shout out to everybody. I just want to take a moment to give a shout out to everybody who entrusted in us and came on this journey with us, man. That's
right,
such a huge just thing to us. The fact that they
right,
trusted us, to spend their money, to go thousands of miles outside of their comfort zone to this like entirely new land, and try new things, new experiences, with new people, right? And so want to take a moment to give a quick shout out to them. Secondly,
And before we just end that note, and everybody in Rwanda
oh man,
that helped
right,
host and make that experience possible, man. There
yeah,
was there was one moment that I had to say, we might have even touched on it last episode. I'm not sure if it happens yet,
mhm.
but when we were like, we did we were DJing at this cigar bar lounge, right? And when I looked up and it was like Americans in Africa doing the electric slide, bro. I was, I was just like, this is
This
literally
is bridging the gap.
bridging the gap between like
right,
Black American and coming back home to Africa, bro. We in Africa doing the electric slide, and that thought just like sat with me
Yeah,
like the gap has been officially bridged with some of these things, and you looking around the room and it's Africans and Black Americans, we laughing and joking and calling each
yeah,
other brother, and you know what I mean, and
right,
just how they helped host us out there.
yeah,
You just realize it's not a difference, man. We come from the same place, we look the same a lot of times as how they look out there, and
yeah,
it was
Right.
this beautiful thing that like
Yeah.
bridged that gap, man.
Yeah.
And that was a beautiful thing. So shout out to all the people that rock with us from Rwanda
Yeah.
that just like,
Right.
embraced us like
Yeah.
brothers, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Right.
sisters and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So shout out to them.
And to your point of what you said earlier, DG, you don't necessarily have to be from somewhere to feel a connection, and that's something that
Correct.
I felt so
Right.
deeply here in Rwanda. Like just being here in the motherland. This was our second time in Rwanda, and I felt all the same feelings, like all the same sentiments that I felt the first time. I felt them all over again the second time. Honestly, maybe even on a deeper level, right?
Right.
And even with new people that we got to connect with, like old friends, but we also got to meet a bunch of new friends, and
Right.
literally just explore everything that we obviously put together. This whole elaborate itinerary and all these dope excursions, meals, just opportunities to just connect, and with the culture, with the people. You know, to see it all just come into fruition, man. It's I can't even, it's indescribable. I can't put it into words. I genuinely can't. But it feels so good, man. It feels so rewarding now to just be here and to, we talk about it all the time, shared experiences. I
Right.
think you grow closer together when you experience something together
Right.
with whether it's with another person, with a group, and those types of things. And
Right. Right.
honestly, I think one of the big things that we talked about is like, one of the things that you remember is your first, right?
Right. Right.
First are always going to be something that like you remember, your first love, your first kiss, your first day of school,
Right.
whatever it is, your first whatever. But for this particular moment in time, our first group, our first inaugural remote
Right.
escapes adventure, man, it's gonna it's gonna go down in the history books, like, bro. Because like the crazy thing is, I can't wait for y'all to see the content from it. Right?
Oh, I
Like
can't wait. Right.
just the cat that, like, we captured it all, right? And so we're super excited to share with everybody. But yeah, just a huge shout out to everyone who believed in us, who joined us on this journey, and who helped us along the way. Man, the gratitude is on 3,000, man. There's so much love felt in this space and on this trip. And it doesn't go unnoticed, man. So shout out to all our people, man. And shout
Right.
out to Kids. I see Kids just joined, man. So shout out to my guy Kids. But
Hey.
hey.
Right.
Dagukunda Chani. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, it feels dope, man. I feel like, when people like talk about, oh, I'll make so much money, I'm just traveling the world. That's how I feel like, y'all doing it right now. Like, for real, like, people like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a couple months off and just go travel around the world, figure out, find myself. It's dope, man. It's
Yeah.
pretty dope, bro. Those are things like we joke and talk about it. Actually, guys are doing it, man. That's like it's inspiring too, bro. Like seeing y'all doing this, remote escape, bro. It's like I'm inspired, right? Like other things I want to do in my life too, right? Oh my God, like they said they're playing this shit, they're actually doing it. So it's like for me, it's like motivation to like pursue those things that I want to, because I believe that if I do all the work, I'm gonna get there too. So it's like inspiring, bro. Like you guys don't know like how many other people you guys are inspiring, right? I know it's fun, it's trip, it's vacation, but those things are inspiring, bro. Because if for me, I know the back end, right? I know the story behind everything. So to see that other people are like, oh my God, they're just on vacation, right? They're having a good time, but they don't think about all the work, the time, the meetings, the preparations, the stress behind everything. Because like planning trip for yourself is cool, but planning trip for everyone to
Yeah.
make sure they're
Yeah.
having a great time, make sure everything
Yeah.
it's hard because at the end of the day, your repetition is on the line, right? Oh my God, so all those things, bro. It's like it's inspiring to see that take off, to see like the business growing, is becoming something that because I feel like it's just gonna elevate from here, right? Because this is the first time. There's gonna be a lot of things y'all gonna learn from and improve, and gradually, Remote Escape's gonna be a great travel company, bro. Just like doing this 10x. I'm like great to like see that, bro, like being part of it, right? And see you guys doing it, man. So yeah, it's inspiring, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like just seeing y'all like it's like taking risks, bro. Like believing in yourself, betting on yourself. We talk about it all the time. Like bet on yourself. You know, it's like
Hmm.
all it just shows people that who's watching it. And like everything we were talking about on IG Live, we're actually doing these things. We're not some of those motherfuckers just out here do this shit and then go back home and sleep and you like
Yeah.
shit. Like we actually are doing the things that we're talking about, man. We are pursuing these things. You know, nowadays, like people usually cap on social media, like, yeah, do this, and then go home and do something completely different. But we're actually like doing these things, bro, and just by doing these things, like making us better overall. So, man, yeah,
Yeah.
bro, I'm inspired. I ain't gonna lie. Like I be watching y'all shit. All right, these motherfuckers in Zanzibar right now. Let's see. But nah, bro, it's dope, man. It's just dope that
Hey.
we know. Everybody's, everybody's trying like that shit was hilarious. Nah, man, but nah, it's dope, bro. I'm glad to see like how far you guys has come, and just where we're gonna go from here, bro. Like hopefully next trip I can be part of it, Yeah,
Yeah.
just see like what we're gonna go next. That's the plan now. What next, right? Are we doing Africa? Are we doing Europe? Are we doing Asia? Like,
Yeah.
Man, I
you
just
know?
while we're on this point, I want to touch on this because you see it start to happen in your life, and you've done things with your business that for a while was one of your biggest
Right,
dreams, right? To hit
right,
certain numbers and things like that, and just us putting together this trip and bringing people back to Africa. People, I think what you don't realize is what you're doing at the same time is like creating actual experiences that make you interesting enough to network with, right? Because
right,
now like you can have a conversation with somebody and it might be like somebody you want to work with on the business level, and you might connect on something totally different,
Yep.
like like,
right,
oh yeah, we also do a travel agency that we were just in Rwanda
right,
on. He's like, oh, I always wanted to go, what is it like?
right,
Hmm.
You have a
right.
whole nother, there's like another layer that somebody may be able to connect with you on, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So sometimes
Right,
I heard this thing that said, another way that the network that people don't talk about
Hmm.
is to do interesting things
Hmm.
and talk about
right.
them, share
That's
them
it.
and share
Stories,
them.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
share them. So that's whether that's on your,
Mhm.
social media or just in conversation. You know what I mean? You don't got to be braggadocious when you talk about it, but
Yeah.
Right,
just make, you have points of reference of when people
right,
connect on certain things. You know what I mean?
right,
You know something about it, or you have
Yeah.
something to contribute to that conversation. You know what I mean?
right,
So,
Yeah.
like those things that you're building in real time. You never know how they're gonna be able to connect you in other ways too.
Hmm.
right.
And where you're gonna
Nope.
find purpose, because I think we found a lot of purpose in Rwanda, and like certain
Right,
things that we want to do, and initiatives that we want to help start and things like that, and eventually invest out
right,
there.
Yeah.
right,
So yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's truly a
right.
beautiful thing.
Right. You made a great point, bro. Like be interesting, right? Because if you have stories
Yeah.
to tell, because I feel like
Hmm.
stories bring people together because they
Yeah.
are intrigued by what you are doing, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're able to like tell people a great story, they're like, okay, tell me more about it, right? Like now that person you're talking about, maybe they might know people. They're like, oh, we know this group. They usually travel around the world, and this is what they do.
Hmm.
If we realize that's that customer you're able to retain or build or connect with because based on the story that you're talking about, having something that of
Yeah.
interest, right? Because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, like once you don't like if you don't have anything, you're not doing anything. Like how are you able to like network with people? Like what value are
Yep.
you able to give? So like that's a good thing, bro. Being interesting, have stories
Yeah.
to tell and doing interesting things, it's easier to be able to like connect with other
Yeah.
people. Because at the end of the day, now they want to know what you want to do. Like tell me more about remote escape. Like
Yeah.
what exactly
Exactly.
is that about? Like, tell me
Exactly.
more about what are you doing? So I
Yeah.
think that's a really good point, bro.
To that point, man, and they say the best salespeople aren't selling products; they're selling
Right.
stories. At the end of the
Correct.
day, and because people are super bought into stories at the end of the day.
Right.
Because when we presented the idea of remote escapes, there's plenty of other travel agencies out there, right? Like
Right.
who do
Yeah.
something similar to what we do, right? I don't think
Right.
anyone out there is doing the exact same thing that we're doing,
Right.
which is why we're unique. But at the end of the day, like there's other companies out there who have a similar, model, blueprint, what
Right.
have you. But I think what really separates us is, the story behind it, right? Like the
Right.
connection behind it, the thought behind it, the depth into each and the intention behind it, in everything that we do, and sharing those stories is ultimately what connects with people, right? At the end of the day, that's how people get bought into it. They're like, oh well, I could go over here and do so and so's trip,
Right.
but this trip really intrigues me because X, Y, and Z,
Right.
thing. And
Right.
like, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not like we're out here selling like fairy tales and pipe dreams.
Right.
We're actually, and now we can actually prove, like, we actually have
Right.
data and
Right.
shit that we can show as proof. Like, we did this, we delivered, more than
Right.
delivered. We had an epic adventure,
Right.
and there's no reason why you can't partake in something like this as well. So quit horsing around and come fuck with Remote Escapes one time.
One time.
Hey, shout out to Hanifa in the building. I've been
Shout out to
watching her story too.
Bunifa,
Her
man.
living her best life, man.
Shout out to
She
Bunifa, man.
probably had so much footage from the trip, man. She
Man,
had like this little small, like camera that like a little like a camera that like a hand camera, man. And
Right.
she had
That's
it in
triple
everything that
asset,
we
just
did.
like going
She probably got
professional.
yeah,
yeah, bro. She probably got 10 hours of just straight content and everything that we
yeah.
did too, man. So
If she wasn't a vlogger before, she's absolutely one
she's
now.
ready to start a
She
channel, and
she became a vlogger overnight. Like,
she got 30 videos ready to go, probably. Like
yeah,
you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you know what I
she's
mean?
she's ready.
she's
Yeah.
ready.
That's good. So how long y'all gonna be there for in Zanzibar? How long y'all gonna be there?
5 days, 4 nights.
Yeah,
Okay, and
absolutely.
then you guys flying back to Rwanda, right? And then coming back to the States, or
Nah, straight back from here.
Yeah, straight
oh,
back to
okay.
New York.
Oh, damn, that's dope, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
Anisha said
yeah.
she's in there, bro. That's dope. So what do you guys
Yeah.
got planned for like tomorrow then, like for Zanzibar? Like, is it like so?
I'm,
Is remote escape like done, or you guys are still? Is it like still going on right now? Like,
I'm gonna let him take this one.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this part of the trip is more like the retreat, right? Like, we
mm,
did the remote escapes trip in Rwanda. This is like the refresh, the refocus, look at the
right,
things that we did right, the things we could do better, talk about all the different pieces that we handled on it, and really just relax, bro.
right,
The thing about it, it was a great trip, but we was
right,
working. We
right. I
was
saw
working,
that.
bro. Like,
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
We was like having to coordinate things and pivot when necessary, and
right,
what I mean, and talk to different people on how to set things up. But it came together really well. But we was working that whole time, so
right,
it's really like the
right.
first time we actually get to relax on this
Mm,
trip. So that's really what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're really probably just gonna chill for the most part.
right,
But we got enough days out here we can chill part of it and still do a couple things. I know
right,
we want to
Yeah.
snorkeling.
right,
I think on Thursday.
hmm
There's
right,
other little island things that we're gonna do, bounce around, and there's
The Rock.
there's the Rock restaurant that's like it's like a restaurant that's like right off the coast of the island. So we're
right,
gonna go to that one of the days. But yeah, man, I mean, we really just relaxing out here, man. So
right.
yeah, we relaxing, man. So
That's dope. Vanifa says she's getting on this last flight. Safe flight.
Yeah.
have a safe flight, man.
Yeah,
I know
have a
it's the
safe
last one.
flight.
Safe flight, fam.
Yeah,
Get home safe. Let us know when you touch down too, man. It's shout out to Bunifa, man. She's a real one, man. She
yeah,
really is.
She really is,
She
man.
really is.
Yeah, man, she's perfect for this trip, man. And I want to shout out to her too, because she said something when we was on one of the
Oh
experiences
man.
that really it almost
yeah,
gave me chills, man. So we went up to this place called Twin Lakes, right? Lake Rwanda, Rondo, and
Rwanda.
Beretta,
hmm
right? And it was like Twin Lakes, bro. And it just, I'm telling you, bro, it was like one of the most beautiful scenic views that I had ever seen in my life, and I think we could probably all agree with that, right?
hmm
And like, I don't want to say I cried, right?
it's
I was
okay.
close.
But
I
my
was
eyes was
close.
like watering up, man. But so we was
Uh,
in there, and everybody was feeling like a similar feeling,
right,
and it was like we didn't, none of us really knew why, but
right,
we just was feeling like it was like an overwhelming, like emotional
right,
experience for some reason. Just breathtaking views. Us all being in Africa, there was like a traditional African dance group that was there,
right,
but Hanifa said something that really sat with me. She said later on, she was like, I realized I was about to cry because she said, I didn't know at the moment, but it was because it was so pure out there that
right.
it felt like there was no boundary between me and God at that
Hmm.
moment.
That's
And
amazing.
I was like, that's crazy.
That's the bar.
And
Right.
it really, that really sat with me, man. It's just like we have so many things that we put on ourselves
Right.
in the States, and just like, things that kind of block us out and make our vision cloudy and stuff like that. It was just straight, just
Mm-hmm.
peace and just pure, like, you know what I mean? Like, people just living pure out there. And it was kind of like
Right.
just a reminder of like, as much as you want to keep moving forward, you have to realize that a lot of people don't have the opportunities you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And even if they don't, man, they find ways to be happy there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good
You know
point,
what I
bro.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
find ways to live their life the best way they can. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
sometimes when you strip away the same thing, we need the same things, just shelter, food, and water.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's just how we
I
want our life
agree.
to actually look.
Right.
Yeah.
After how we want our life
Facts.
to look. And sometimes we put so much stuff on ourselves that we
Right.
kind of are like, we're not even looking at like the real blessings
Right.
in
Mm-hmm.
life. You know what I mean? And
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
you
Right.
strip all that away, and then the same things matter, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The same things
Right.
matter too, so
Yeah.
Right. No, that's
There's
dope, bro. That's bar. Just having like an attitude of gratitude, right? Because it's
yep.
crazy though. Because once you go to Africa, you realize that people are happy with the little things that they have. Right here in the States, we want a big house, mansion. Oh, there's nothing wrong with all these things, right? But you realize, like you said, Ramon, it's not all to life, right? A big house, all those things are cool and everything, but there's still like peace and joy, just like
Mm-hmm.
within the little things too, right? So just taking a step back to just enjoy the little things, just being happy. Because, bro, some of those people don't have anything, and they was like one of the most like happy and peaceful people, bro.
Yep.
Loving, right? Like, damn, how are you so happy? Like, you
yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
anything, right? It just shows you like all the materialism here in America, all the
Yeah.
things that we're striving for. Those things are good, but they're not just like life overall, man. Sometimes we just have to
Yeah.
sit back and just be grateful just for like the little things that we have, the people that we have around us, because those are the things that matter most, bro. We talk about this before so many times. Like, no matter how much money they offer us, right? We're not willing to trade the people that we have in our life for those things. And at the end of the day, you realize that life sometimes just all about relationship. It's all about people. Like all those other things makes life fun, but the people, the vibe sometimes is so much more important, bro. And we take those things for granted sometimes.
Yeah. We take those things for granted a lot of times. I mean, honestly, to your point, DG, as we get older too, I think choice becomes a lot more prevalent in our
Mhm.
lives, right?
Right,
We choose the people that we want to surround
right,
ourselves with, the energy that we want to be around. You can choose to be happy, right? Or you
right,
can choose to be
right,
sad. You can choose to be
right,
mad. Like you have absolutely the choice to determine how you want to live your life and how you want to show up in certain spaces and in certain moments. And it's 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 so humbling to see people, who given their circumstances and whatnot, they wake up and they choose
right.
happiness every day, right?
Every day.
And it's just like, what are we even doing,
Right,
right?
right.
What are we even like? Clearly, y'all got the chemical X because like we still haven't figured it out because
For
I'm like,
real. Yeah.
people over here struggling.
Right,
And in the U.S., people are often like some of the unhappiest people, that
right.
and ungrateful people that
I'm
you may
grateful
ever come across,
too.
right? It's crazy,
It's
man.
almost like what it made me feel like is almost like so many people feel like they're chasing freedom in essence to try to chase peace, but
Right,
running the wrong way,
Yeah,
like
right,
running away from
yeah,
it
right,
yeah,
almost, like, you know what I
right,
mean,
right,
running into more responsibility and more you know what I mean, like,
right,
which is good if you want to keep
right,
building,
right,
but if you think that you're running towards peace, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you could be running away from it.
yeah.
right.
That's what it made me feel like. It's
Hmm.
like some people, you know what I mean, like, are running away from peace and don't even know it.
Hmm.
Running away from the things that they actually want to do and don't even really know it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Right,
For whatever that reason is, whether it's fear or just, other people's opinions or whatever. But, you know,
right,
some of those other people just haven't figured out.
Yeah,
right. And that's why I think traveling is so important, bro. because they
Yeah.
just like give you different perspective about things and places, and you learn about so many different cultures, bro. Things that you never knew before, right? Because if you're just confined here in the States, right, your ideology, your viewpoint is just like from America, right? But if you like travel around, you see how other people live, you're like, oh, it makes you question. They don't like, hmm. You know, like we're living over here completely different. They're living here completely different, right? Like, is this something that I can like adapt and learn from these people that I can like incorporate that into my life? You learn, bro, because you realize like sometimes people need less than we need over here,
Mhm.
right? And they're able to
Yeah.
like work with whatever they have. And then it just
Hmm.
makes you like, damn, like you said Ramon earlier, like just gratitude, bro. Like, cause at the end of the day, like they don't need all that extra flashy shit, and they're still happy, right? They don't need a fucking new Rolex, and they're one of the most happiest people over here. And, think
Yeah.
about, nothing wrong. Like we don't get it right. We all know I love nice things, but sometimes it's a pressure when you have nice things, right? Because when you go out, you're always concerned about, oh shit, I
Yeah.
don't want to lose this thing, right? I
Right.
don't want to do certain things. Like your identity is like tied with those things too. And they like
Right.
it makes it a little
Facts.
bit harder because you don't enjoy it. Now you're like, oh shit, now I'm dropping the fucking Ferrari. Like wherever I go, I gotta be worried about people not like trying to rob me, right? You have that, but now it create more problem for
Right.
you. It's like you can't really escape from that. But I feel like just traveling overall, you just learn different things, how people do things differently, and you're just able to appreciate that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
might not agree with what they're
Right.
doing, but at least you can like understand, have an open mind. I think just like give you an open mind about things, give you different perspective about how other people are living,
Mhm.
and that's just the point of just get out of your comfort zone, bro,
Yeah.
and not just being confined in one location, physically and
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Absolutely. We talk about it all the time, man. Getting out and traveling the world, you learn so much about culture, about people,
Right,
about different societies, about different landmarks, about different cuisines and stuff like that. You learn a lot about the world along the way. But more importantly, man, you learn the most about yourself, like how
right,
you show up in these spaces when you get out of your comfort zone and you find yourself in these situations. And, one something we always talk about is how energy is universal. And we've
right.
seen that, like, right?
Sure.
There's a lot of
Facts.
language barriers.
Right,
There are a lot of people in Rwanda who speak English, right?
right,
But like there's a lot of people who don't. And I feel
right,
like here in Zanzibar specifically, I feel like there's a lot more people who don't speak English. Like, so
right,
like there's oftentimes like, or they're like English is very limited. And granted, like that's not the dominant language, so I totally get it.
right.
But at the end of the day, how we show up
Energy.
in those
Yeah.
spaces, the energy that we project,
Mm,
we obviously bring a very specific, very intentional type of energy that I think people latch on to. And that's why I think that we encounter all these great experiences, all the experiences that we talk about, all these amazing things,
right,
these amazing people that
right,
we encounter in our lives. It's because of what we're putting out there into the world,
right,
and so we're getting
right,
that back, and
right,
so I think it's important, to obviously get out, travel the
right,
world, learn a
right,
lot about the world, learn a lot about yourself, but be very intentional about like who you're encountering along the way and how you
right.
show up in those spaces because the energy that you put out into the world is what you're going to receive in the end.
Uh, Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
totally.
a good point though, Z, because you hear this a lot about Americans, right? Whenever they travel around, they're brash, they're rude, people don't
Yep.
like them. But it's like you say, it's all about the energy you're giving them, right? If you're out there like being like, oh nah, I'm not gonna do this, nah, but like you guys, bro, open-minded, right? They're open to like different culture and all that. And then people are able to like welcome you because they feel like you're part of them, right? Oh, I can
Yeah.
do this. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I think just like being having an open mind is like accepting what people are doing. You might not agree with what they're doing, but you understand what they're doing based on where they are, right? And I feel like sometimes it's hard to grasp because like we want to do things here in America, things are done a certain way. But when other people deviate from that norm, we look at them a little bit different. But at the end of the day, that's still work. They do
Yeah.
things a
Yep.
different way. You might not agree, but at least just being able to like understand and accept, things for how they're doing it, right? Now,
Yeah.
like you can still like not criticize, make you feel like, oh, I'm better than you because you're doing things a certain way. And I think when most people travel, like sometimes you hear about Americans, like that's that mindset we travel with, right? Oh, we're better than you, kind of
You're
thing,
right.
right? So it makes it a lot
Facts.
harder. Like you talk about like the energy you're portraying, because I think energy is like contagious in the sense that people can tell based on how you're responding to them, right? The vibe that you're giving, like so if you're out there, if you're gonna give people a great vibe, even though you might not speak the same language. but they are able to like reciprocate that vibe, that energy back
Yeah.
to you. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Approach every situation with love, man. That's what I be trying. That's what I'm definitely trying to make sure I do when I'm in these different places and spaces. Is understand that it's like it's their space.
Right,
You know what I mean? They're
right,
inviting you into it, man. The least you could
right.
do is just approach it
Be
with love. You
respectful.
know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that would be crazy going to somebody's house and be like, "Yo, why did you get this painting?" You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you?
Right.
I hate the feng shui in here. Like,
Yeah.
it has nothing to
Right.
do with you, bro. They
Yeah.
they, they
Right.
allowed you in the space.
Mind your
Right.
business.
Mind your business.
Right.
They allowed you in the space because they wanted you there, man. Or
Right.
that's they accepted you there.
Yeah.
When you
Right.
get there, man, you might get ask them like, what made you pick this,
Yeah.
and they'll probably
Exactly.
give you a better question. They'll give you
Right.
a better answer. Like, now
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think just approaching things, from like a curious mindset and just being open. Just
Right.
like I said, approach it all with love, bro. Like approach it with
Right.
love, man. I got so
Right.
much love. Dagukunda. That means
Dagukunda.
Dagukunda Chinese means I love y'all so much.
I
I
love
love
you.
you so
I
much.
love you so
I love
much.
you so much.
Dagukunda
Chani.
Chani.
That's a good night shot. I
You know
love
what I
that so
mean?
much.
Yeah,
So,
man.
someone in the comments said the energy you give to the universe is what the
No, that my guy
universe
right
will
there.
give back
That's
to you.
Claude, man. Claude the
He's
Right.
God.
he's one of the guys that we talking about, man. He's
Right.
he's one of the people that like I met on this trip for the first time, and by far one of the dopest energies out the gate
Yeah.
that I've ever met, just in a short period of time. Big shout out to Clyde, man.
Big
He has
shout
one of
out,
those
Claude.
energies that you could just tell like he means good, and
Right.
it's gonna take him wherever it takes him. But even in this situation, it's just like I knew out the gate like he was somebody that. You know what I mean? Was solid out the gate, man. And that shit goes a long, long way, man. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Shout
not
Da-
Dukunda Sane. What you
Dagukunda
say?
Dagunde
Chani.
Shani. You know what I mean?
Dagukunda Chani.
Yeah, shout out my guy
Right.
Yeah,
Clyde,
shout out
man.
to Claude, man.
He's a real one.
I just want to double down on that. You talk about those people, they say everyone you encounter along your journey is for a reason,
Right.
right? And Claude is one of those people who like leaves, a lasting impression, a stamp on your life, right? Where it's just like, damn, you can't help but think back. Oh man, Claude was my guy, man. And you can name so many reasons. I'm not saying for any
Right.
one particular reason. Like there were so many reasons how he showed up in these spaces and how he treated us, and the things that he did. He was so helpful.
Right.
He was just willing to just be himself and be authentic, right? Be genuine as well. You can tell when people are doing things, that are disingenuous. At the end of the day,
Right.
like
For
they're
sure.
doing something to get something out of it. But
Right.
Claude is one of those people who shows up and he just intentionally himself. He just intentionally gives, without the expectation of receiving anything, and that type of energy is rare and it doesn't go unnoticed. So I just wanted to double down on that, man. Claude is a great person, man, and so he's one of the highlights of our trip for
Right.
sure.
The trip wouldn't have been the
Yeah.
same without him for sure. It
Facts.
wouldn't have.
Well, that's dope, man. That's dope. Shout out to him, bro. Yeah, man. I know we almost getting close to that time, to
Yeah.
like wrap it up. Like any other things you guys like want to add before we like wrap this up?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, let's just keep this thing short and sweet, man.
Right.
Travel more and do it with remote escapes. Fucking quit horsing around, man. What are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing, man? Travel more and do that shit with remote escapes. I mean,
Right.
it's that simple. Like
Right.
now, y'all seen the blueprint. Y'all see we be out here living our best lives. DG over here jealous. He's over here scrolling through us.
Hey,
Y'all
I ain't
don't
gonna lie.
understand. DG be
I
in my
I've
comments,
been
in my
I've been
DMs
hating,
talking about
bro.
I'm about to block y'all, and I'm like, you should have brought your ass. Your ass should be here, but you was over here horsing around. So I'm gonna tell DG just like I'm gonna tell everybody else, man, quit horsing around and come travel with remote escapes, man. Quit.
I'm mad at y'all, bro. But I love y'all though. Y'all my bro, but I'm mad at y'all. I've been hating y'all like, man, this thing did flyer to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just getting started, brother.
We just getting started, man.
Blessings, my brother.
Yeah, bro.
Blessings, my
No,
brother.
my my
We
my
just getting
question for y'all though, like so far, like for next year though, like y'all got like anywhere in mind, or it's not something you guys thought about yet for like next year remote escape. It's just something you guys like have like a destination.
Yeah,
Kind of
that's
like,
a good question. We've already started those conversations.
mm,
There's a lot of things in the works, man.
right,
we're taking this time, this brief moment, to really just process this and enjoy this moment, right? You know, I
Right,
think we're taking this opportunity to really celebrate everything that we accomplished, because this trip, like I said, was for the history books, man.
right,
Like literally for the record books. And we don't want to take that for granted. We want to take this time,
right,
you know, like he said earlier, is really reflect on everything that
right,
went well, everything that we can improve
right,
upon. But
right.
we definitely will be releasing some new destinations and dates probably here in the near future. I'm not going to disclose anything at the moment, you know, but
Right.
there's definitely conversations in the works, and there's some exciting shit happening, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be
Absolutely.
dope, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm tired of Ramon looking bomb all day and like like just enjoy.
The ODB.
I'm like Ramon, I'm jealous of you, bro. You like you should be.
You
I was like, God
should be,
damn.
bro. You should be.
You should
It
be.
should hurt.
Absolutely.
It should hurt even more
Absolutely.
because you had the opportunity to come. So it's
Your ass was horsing around. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you should be. I'm like,
you
God
should
damn,
be.
you're
you
right.
should be.
That's why I'm not even mad because it's fact. You know what I'm saying? It's like for sure, like I could have been there. But like other things. Like I'm sure like pivot. Like things I want to
No,
work on and
I
and
get it. I
accomplish. So
get
it
it.
makes it a little
Yeah,
bit
But
harder.
you
yeah.
should. But you
I know.
still
I
horsed
agree.
You
around.
still horsing
I
around.
know. It should have been part of it, right? I should have been the boy on IG too, like people being mad at me, right?
Hmm.
PG is
You should be.
this
They should. They
bar.
should be. They should be pissed at your story. You know what I mean? You know, it's actually funny. You know, guess who we got to meet while we was out there? Real quick question. We met Tracy. You know, it's always that's in the
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's on the story
that's
stuff sometimes
always on our lives.
on the
Yeah.
lives and
Right.
stuff like that. Shout out to Tracy one time,
Shout
man.
out to Tracy.
She
She
came
popped
out. She
out.
came out to one of the events that we threw, man, and we was chopping it
No
up.
way.
And she said, "Where's Diamond at?" And I was like, "Good question."
That's an excellent question. Horsing around. That's where he at.
Damn, bro.
That's where
That's
he at.
dope, bro. For real,
Super
that's
dope,
pretty
bro.
dope.
That was super
Damn,
dope,
that's
man.
great, bro. That's crazy, right? Damn.
Yeah.
That was super dope, man. So
Bro, that's
that was
shout
cool.
out to
That was good.
Tracy, bro.
And that's
She
even that was cool in itself, right? Like you know what I'm saying.
right.
She's
He's
on.
like,
She,
damn, like yeah.
yeah. Man, so
Damn, man. That's dope, bro.
You got any
That's dope, man.
closing remarks?
nah, man. I don't. I really don't, man. I think with the episode called like, "Life is like a box of chocolates," man. I think it's dope to keep continuing to dream. I think
Yeah.
Right,
when you get older, it's like such a weird thing that
right,
people almost think you're supposed to be a certain way, and this is the only way it
right,
can be. Man, keep dreaming, keep progressing that. And we talked about this like on this trip too, man. It's okay to readjust your purpose a little bit and just
right,
and walk in that and just
Yeah.
right,
readjust it
Yeah.
and continue to walk in that, man. Because to
Yeah.
be honest, the only one that like suffers from you not doing that is you.
Yeah.
it's
You know what I mean? So
bars.
Fact.
like, I keep having moments in my life where I'm like, damn, is this really happening? Like, damn,
Right,
is this really happening? And it's like
right,
because I'm willing to walk that path, man, and having my
right,
brothers with me and
Yeah.
right,
you know what I mean, and combine on the dream and
Yeah.
build on it. Even if some of my brothers
right,
don't, are not involved with the same thing, they help with the
right,
ideas and help
Yeah.
and with the inspiration, man. So
Hmm.
man, just continue to
right,
dream, bro, and keep
right,
walking in that,
That's it.
bro.
right,
That's it. Keep dreaming, man. Dreamers dream, man. And
right,
at the end of the day, surround yourself with people who enable you and who uplift you
right,
to be your most authentic self and to keep dreaming, right?
right,
Don't surround yourself with people who dim your light, right? Like
right,
you want to surround yourself with people who amplify that, right? And
right,
so because there's only so much that you can do yourself. It takes a team
right,
to make shit happen,
right,
man. At the end of the day, teamwork makes the dream work. And so um, keep dreaming,
right,
keep trying shit, keep failing, keep succeeding. With every couple of losses, a win is on the way, man.
right,
And so I know people can get discouraged. There's been moments where we have as
right,
well. Um, but at the end of the day, you got to persevere. Nothing comes easy. And a lot of people just want what a lot of people want the low hanging fruit at the end of the day, man. And,
right.
and there's nothing wrong with that. But the
There's a
best
lot of
things
things
in
wrong with
life, the
that.
best, yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
But the best things in life, man, they take a lot of time, a lot of
Right,
patience, a lot of hard work, a lot
right,
of blood, sweat, and tears.
right,
And it takes a team. It takes a lot of people, working towards a similar goal, similar dream, similar vision, and don't just stop dreaming. Keep surrounding yourself with the right people to help get to that vision. And make it easier at the end of the day too.
Right.
Because
Make it
I
possible.
could, I like none of us could have done this alone.
Hell no.
And so,
Hell no.
the fact that we were able to put our minds together and, just align on this particular vision, like, P said earlier, just,
Right.
repurposing ourselves and what it is that we want to accomplish.
Right.
It's amazing to see these things come into fruition, and even better things are. The hell is that?
Right.
It honestly might be a
It's a
ship,
boat. It's a
like a
boat.
boat on the ocean. Yeah, that's
Right.
probably what it is. But anyways, sorry
Right.
for the distractions.
Right. But Bob, Ramon,
Back.
Ramon made a really great point. I just want to reiterate that point. And what he said was like, keep reevaluating your purpose, right? I think that's good, bro. Like, take take a take time to reflect on your purpose. Like, ask yourself this question: is this something I really want to do?
Mhm.
It's always good, man. Just keep thinking about those things because I do that all the time. I also, things I'm pursuing in my life. I like, is this something that I really want to do? Is this something that I really can I do something different? Is it if I accomplish this goal, is it gonna make me feel great, right? Like it's always good to like ask yourself those questions all the time, man. Like think about like, what it is that you really want to accomplish, right? Just because, you believe that this is your purpose. Like you never took some time to like question yourself and do some introspection and figure out why is this my purpose? Like why do I want to do this? Is there a reason why? Is this something else I can explore and pursue? So that I just want to reiterate that. That's a good way, bro, to just like keep asking yourself, thinking about things that ask yourself these questions. It makes you like you learn a lot about yourself and you learn a lot about things that you want to accomplish in your life too.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that.
I think we always, maybe not always, but I think more times than not, we know if we're in alignment with what we really want to do,
Right.
or if we feel like we're doing it because people around us feel like
Right.
we should be doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we know only in our own mind a lot of times
Right.
because a lot of people never talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
If we're really in alignment with the things that we actually want to do,
Yeah.
For sure.
only we're the
Right.
only ones that know. So
Right.
be okay with adjusting that purpose, even if people don't see it or understand it. Or
Right.
wherever they meet you at, they're gonna keep you there for the rest of your life. So you gotta be okay with being like they ask you about what you're doing, like in their mind for what they thought you used to be doing, and it's like, well,
Right.
this is what I'm doing now. Be okay with that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And stand on it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
Yeah.
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 And I want to close by saying, I'm proud of this guy next to me. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of what we accomplished. I'm proud of you too, DG. Like
Appreciate it, man.
everything that we're doing, everything that we're setting our minds to, and holding each other accountable for is sensational.
Right. Sensational.
Sensation.
No, I'm
Sensational.
proud of y'all, man. Like for real, bro. Like I'm not just saying it because y'all my friends, because I'm really proud of you guys. Like when I
Mhm.
see you guys doing these things and like pursuing your purpose, I'm inspired. To go after my dreams and things that I want to do, right? Because I see y'all doing it as artists. They can do that too, right?
Mhm.
I can do the same thing, So that's dope, bro. Just see you guys doing that, man. Like I'm inspired each day.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah. Appreciate y'all,
Every day,
bro.
man.
Yeah, y'all be
Let's keep
safe out
working,
there,
man.
man.
Let's
I'm
work.
gonna be watching them.
Let's work, fam.
Let's work.
Let's work, fam.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm gonna go back to watching them stories and being a hater again.
Yeah,
F
man.
y'all.
Yeah.
Keep hating, my brother.
Hey, haters
Bless,
gonna hate.
blessings.
All
All
right,
right,
bro.
brother.
All
Y'all
right,
be
bro.
good out there, man. We'll talk soon.
All right,
Peace.
All
bro.
right, peace.